Welcome back, fellow YouTubers. It's your bad old Uncle Chris here at Land of the Wombats, and today is quite warm and the sun is pouring down on me from over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a steel rock gabion cage. Now, we use those to retain soil against the slope, and retaining soil is one of the things that you need to do when you're living on sloping land. Now, I'm starting the video tonight, which is Saturday night, rather than Sunday morning when I'm hoping to finish the cage, because tomorrow is a day of total fire ban in this area of the state. Now, 40 years ago, that's back in January 1983, which is a bit over 40 years now, someone used an angle grinder and set fire to a fair chunk of the western end of the mountain range. Probably a bad idea. So it's not a total fire ban day today. We're going to get the angle grinder out and we're going to start making the cage. So in order to make the cage, we need 5 of these baffles. And these are cut out of a welded mesh. And the welded mesh is 8 foot by 4 foot. And I just use this as a template. Bang it on the existing steel. Use the angle grinder. Just cut it out. Super easy, doesn't get any harder than that. Now when I'm cutting, always use safety glasses and a helmet with a face mask, because years ago I had safety glasses on and a little chunk of metal just got under the safety glass and pinged me in the eye, and I had to go and see an eye surgeon who held my head in a clamp and used a syringe to pull the chunk of metal out of my eye. Not a comfortable experience, so safety first. Anyway, let's get into it. So that is a completed template. And what we've done is we've also cut out the corners here and here at opposite sides. And that's because what we do with the sheet, we bend it around the corner. So it's not perfect square edge. So if you had a perfect square edge, it'd sit out. So all you have to do is just cut those, and it allows for that sort of curvature. The next step in the process is taking these 8 foot by 4 foot welded mesh sheets, putting them on the veranda and bending them. So we make it so that they're 13 squares up and 11 squares across. And each square is about 50 by 50, which is about 2 inches by 2 inches. And it's super easy to bend them. You just got to make sure you get it the right way around, otherwise you'll pop the welds on the welded mesh sheet. We've now attached, using wire, sewing it up basically, the 5 baffles to this bent sheet. And that is the end of the first stage of making a gabion. The second stage is, I'll grab the next sheet, which is just over here out of sight, and that goes on top like that. So this is actually the bottom of it, this is the back, and we'll keep the top open, but we'll now sew this second sheet, the second bent sheet, along the outer edge, and then attach the baffles, and that will be it. It'll be done. Yeah, we've finished sewing it up and it's all ready to go. There's one last little task with it, and there's a funny story about that. It's actually really hot today. Oh my god, hottest summer weekend in about 10 years, and I'm feeling it. It's just cooking. So last thing I'm going to do is just open up the lid, because we want to be able to put rocks in there, otherwise we can't put rocks in. Eventually that gets sealed down flat like that, but for the moment we've got to get rocks in there. So I've got to get in there and push it up, and because it's steel you can bend it, which is good. Now a few years ago I did a really stupid thing, jumped in it both feet and proceeded to do that and just went like that. It's pretty dumb. Anyway, that happens. all seemed like a good idea at the time. So if there's any rust on this, we'll just sort of put a bit of primer on it. And that's ready to go into position. So it's all done. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. And I'll catch you all next week. See ya.